Well, how do you like that for a hawk in the background? A little bit of a background noise from Brian's house here, and welcome. I'm glad to have you here, ladies and gentlemen. We are live right here, right now, and uh, once again, we're starting our live cast right from our backyard, and of course, one of the things that we hope to do here at the economic report is talk to you about the things that really matter, of course. And this morning, I put out a little short here about retirement and retirement savings and some of the big things going on during the big, beautiful bills debate going on in Washington, D.C. It's going on like right now. It's very real. And of course, it's a positive, the ramifications of really impacting a ton of people. And if you're one of those people, give me a thumbs up because this is a very, very real thing here. And so, with that, I wanted to go ahead and add a screen here. And with that, I want to share some of the screens here because this is kind of where the rubber meets the road. And so, with this, we're going to go ahead and share a screen, and we're going to go right into a couple of things here that, well, you should find interesting here because this is part of what's being discussed in the big, beautiful bill right here. And if I can go ahead and take a look at these charts I put together for you, there's a couple of things here to take into consideration. And of course, the first one is the ratio of Social Security trust fund reserves to benefits. Translation: how many benefits are sitting in reserve? And number two, who's going to be collecting those benefits? And is the program solvent? And of course, uh, it looked really good there for a while. Lots and lots of stuff put right there inside of the Social Security benefit program. And of course, what you're seeing here is a massive, massive group of people retiring. And of course, that coincides with the baby boom generation. Yes, those are people born from really about 1945 all the way until I want to say about 1965. So about a 20-year period where people came home from fighting World War II, and they were anxious to get their lives back in order and had lots of babies. And of course, these babies now are at the age where they're either at or in or close to retirement. And of course, what do you see happening in this first chart here is you see, well, this is the projection of Social Security, right? And so we share this with you. Well, you're smart people to begin with, but the other part of that is very, very simply, it's out there and it's worthy of sharing to you because I kind of think it brings this to our attention because we want to know what we can do, what we should do to prepare for the future, right? And whether you need Social Security for your day to day life or whether you'll need Social Security as some kind of a supplement, the fact of the matter is it's something you've paid into and it's something you deserve and you are owed, right? And so these are some things that are worth mentioning. Now, I can say the way that the Social Security plan is set up, like everything government does, there's always the best of intentions. And of course, these things are great until what happens, you have to pay for them. Somebody's got to pay for them. I think Winston Churchill's famous quote is government socialism works well for everybody until you run out of other people's money, right? And so the Social Security program is wonderful in that we pay into a program that's going to provide some kind of dignified retirement when we do retire. But the fact is, it's a pay it forward type program. Translation: your working years, we're really paying for somebody else who was already retiring. And of course, what's going on now is we get closer to retirement. We need people paying into Social Security to support our income streams, right? So this system, the way Social Security is set up, is constantly paying it forward. So that's one thing that we have to take into consideration here, folks. Um, I'm going to go through a couple of other things here real quick with you. And hey, I want to thank you for joining me once again here. My name is Brian. This is the Economic Report. And we cover the things where like DC and where Wall Street meet Main Street. And let's face it, folks, we're on Main Street. And we're just trying to sort out how these things impact people like us on a day-to-day operation, right? We're not people of doom and gloom. We're not that at all. What we are is we're an intelligent group of people here that really figure out ways to prepare, digest what's out there, and maybe fill in the gaps of the news that we get, and maybe more importantly, the news that we're not getting, and what you, me, and we need to do to prepare for the future, right? And so, with that, give me a like and hit me a subscribe here, because once again, you really do matter, and we're building this channel to 500 subscribers. You can be one of the original 500, because I have no doubt that by the end of summer, we'll be well over 500. So we're kind of sprinting towards that number. Maybe by July 4th, we will see. Oh, yes, that will be the 249th birthday of the United States. July 4th, 1776 was the day we became a country with a Declaration of Independence. And boy, we're going to be 1 year away from celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States. And heck, I can remember back being a little kid with the bicentennial and red and white and blue fire hydrants throughout the United States and all these wonderful celebrations. And it's something to celebrate self-government, right? But self-government is kind of messy, and we're seeing that, well, here's a pension plan, right, with Social Security, and, well, here's what some of the other spending is. I'm sharing on the screen right now, of course, is what else is going on with this big, beautiful bill, and, of course, they're talking about other government outlays, and some of these things we agree with, some of these things we don't. Some of these things, I think, with the way politics works in Washington, D.C., is a matter of pinching your nose, not liking it necessarily, but accepting this. And of course, what I really like to do is see. I'd like to see them go line by line and really see where the money's really going. And if you like that statement, go ahead and give me a like or leave a comment below, because I do respond to all the comments that are left in chat. With that, folks, we're going on and taking a look at the other thing that's kind of we should be mindful of as we're heading towards our retirement years. And once again, whether you're 50, 60, 70 for that matter, taking a closer look at inflation, because this is something that just hasn't completely gone away. I do think we're getting a handle on it, which is a good start. And if we can tap inflation down to maybe a 2 to 3% inflation rate, that's great. But let's face it, when inflation was at 7.1%, and it was there for a period of time, folks, your money doesn't go as far. Your money's buying power goes down and everything goes up. I mean, let's face it, can you give me a like if you've seen shrinkflation taking place right before your eyes? You remember walking in, paying this much for either ice cream or chips or anything at the store, and noticing that the cost of things has actually gone up a little bit. And of course, shrinkage has taken place as well. That's a very, very classic sign of an inflation cycle taking place. And I'd love to see a day where they turn around and start increasing the prices of things. I'm sorry, lower the price of things and include more. But yeah, that's something we're going to see maybe. But until then, these are some of the top issues we're dealing with. If you have questions, once again, obviously a good portion of this audience that watches this channel also has money in the market, of course, and whether you're in a Roth, a 403B plan, a 401k plan, these things are real. And I share that with you in part because a lot of what happens to people here on Main Street is dictated by what happens on Wall Street. And of course, participating in the market has always been some way, shape, or form a hedge to our retirements as well, of what those will look like. And of course, what are we really looking for is a dignified retirement, right? Not that anybody owes us anything as much as if you paid into Social Security or a pension plan, you should be receiving what was part of the deal, right? And no other nonsense to go along with it. No half-baked promises, put it that way. So the second part of today's cast, I'm just going to go ahead and cover a couple things here because this channel does take a look at some of the things going on in the world. And what can I share with you as well? There's Trump once again, and whether you're a Trump fan or not, it's okay. He's the man who's occupying the White House and really dictating policy. And we could share with you a couple things that whether you like him or whether you're not, he's definitely a force to reckon with. And you definitely know that he is in charge. His rhetoric sometimes, even his most ardent supporters say his rhetoric's a bit much at times, and I get that, and you get that. But I think it's probably part of his negotiations style. And the fact is, he's throwing things out there consistently, staying in the headlines consistently, throwing out information consistently, and kind of leaving open loops to keep coming back to these 5 to 7 main stories, right? And once again, if that makes sense to you, go ahead, hit like. And if you've not subscribed by now, please do subscribe because your insights and your thoughts really do matter. And I do have a pretty robust, very, very sharp group of people that are following this channel. I'm thankful for you because I want to make sure that we're covering the things that matter to you. So you go ahead and you shoot me any kind of messages in chat. That's huge, or you leave comments at the end of the videos that I provide there as well. But let's know that the tariff clock is ticking. And of course, Trump kind of maybe he's put a little bit of pressure on these people as well. The G7 folks that are kind of like left hanging out in the wind because he has more important matters to take care of right now with, I guess, Iran and Israel, making sure that there's a decisive end to that. And also, should we say that there's going to be maybe putting the cap on the Middle East here, because I think there's a vested interest all parties have of having peace there, and not some regime that wants to continually cause agitation and drum up drama. We don't need that. And of course, I think the future of the Middle East and these wonderful people of the Middle East have a very bright future of not what's now, but what really can be. And once again, if you're liking that too, of course, this dictates practically everything else in our lives, right? The financial markets, for instance. We have a picture of Jerome Powell here. And of course, there is going to be a Fed policy meeting, and he'll be maybe giving us maybe a surprise cut in interest rates, even by 1/4 of a point. Would be a great start because the United States is refinancing a good portion of their debt. Once again, and it's no secret that our government owes trillions of dollars. And of course, when that debt comes due, we have a chance to refinance and preferably at a lower rate, not at a higher rate, because obviously paying the interest at a higher rate is not going to help anybody out. And it puts additional pressures on almost every other aspect of the budget. With that, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of other things here that we'll cover here. The crypto industry, big win, yes. Are you into crypto at all? I've got a small position in crypto, and I'm probably the only person that's down like 30 or 40 bucks on my crypto holdings. Evidently, everybody else makes a ton of money. There was a slight bit of FOMO from me, so I got involved in it. And it was just more out of curiosity, but I don't know if this is the future of currency or whether it's the future of transactions. I'm leaning more towards transactions because there's got to be faster, more efficient, and cheaper ways to settle transactions between businesses, countries, etc. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a really, really nice time here. Enjoyed speaking with you. And once again, I do go live a few times a week. Today is one of them. And of course, we spoke about Social Security. We spoke about some of the changes in the big, beautiful bill and how that will impact people like us on Main Street. My name is Brian. And I look forward to continuing to serve you, because at the end of the day, this is really what this is. It's a service I'm trying to provide to help out the audience. And I want to remind you every single day that the biggest battle we're fighting, it's the one between our ears, over our thoughts, our actions, our attitudes. And if anything can drive that, it's going to be your health, right? So, folks, make sure you're taking care of yourself, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next video. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.